You've got Bob, tall one, and a basketball player. Marianne, myself, Kelly Shaw, former golfer, and Steve Morroy, also a professional tennis player by trade as well. They're all athletes. I tend to go for athletes. I don't know, because it's the competitiveness in me. But this is the team. When you're thinking about a team, and you're thinking about becoming a team, I asked a lot of questions before from you. But how many of you feel like you're not getting enough time in the day? Anyone? Do you feel like you're really working too much? Do you have time to vacation? How about you're missing some things? You wake up and you're not taking care of the leads on the board. Start forgetting things. Oh my gosh, I dropped that. Maybe I forgot to show up to a meeting. If you're busy, it happens. So the team concept is to challenge each one of you to think outside the box. It's really hard to let go of control, because as solo real estate agents, we think we need to do it all. And my challenge to each one of you is, maybe someone else can do it better for you. Maybe somebody else is a better writer than you. Maybe you're just going to be a solo agent with an assistant. That still is a team. But if you want your company to make more money, if money is important to you, and I'm not saying it's all about the money, but let's face it, you're here because you know there's no limit on what you can possibly make. And my challenge to you is that assistant can help you with the things that you don't like. And the way that I tell some people on my team, one guy was challenged with making all his deadlines. I said, why don't you get an assistant to help you and write down all the things you don't want to do? He didn't want to make calls. He didn't want to follow up on showing feedback for some of the listings. And I keep in mind, my agents also list as well. We do buy and list, and we'll talk about that later in the program. So I want you to think about your business right now as we stand. And then if you decide you want to go for it, you need to make sure that you're clear on putting everything in writing. Job description, what behavior is inherent in the job, and think about how that looks. If you're just an agent and assistant, you've got to give your assistant a clear, defined map of what you want that assistant to do. They have to know what they're doing. If you're running scattered and you don't sit down and do that, you'll start off on the wrong foot. So you need to have a good point by point what they're doing. The next thing is, if you're an agent and you get a buyer's agent, I heard some people say that I'm getting a buyer's agent, and Gail was kind of explaining the processes you have here. You have your assistant, and now you're so busy, you're getting all the listings, but you're getting all these buyer's leads, and you can't cut yourself in half. I always say it's the rule of 10. You do 10 transactions really well, that's when you get an agent to help you. When you get to 20, you get your second agent. When you get to 30, and I say consistently, so you get 3. When you get 40, you get 4. When you have 50, you get 5. It's very simple. All right?